right, 96.1 and this is FM Dial. Welcome back. Now it's Make We Talk Sports here. Welcome those online back to those who lost a short while ago on YouTube and also those all viewers there or listeners live on Root FM 96.1 Sports. It's about Chris Gale right now. So we have Chris Gale and Usain Bolt. He's taking statements regards to athletes in Jamaica. Usain Bolt gave an explanation. I'll say this again if you agree with what Mr. Bolt is saying. And also, we take on your views as well. Do you think actually that Chris Gale at age 40 should retire from cricket and make way for younger players? Chris Gale there for you, and he said that hear from Chris Gale will take on air at WhatsApp or text your comments to 3768418. And Chris Gale is saying he's not yet ready to hang up his bat in this case. Um, and just put it here now from Chris Gale.
Public cannot call on Chris Gale to end something spectacular. You know, this is a universe bus. The public will never call on Chris Gale to actually call it a day or whatever. You know, they want to see the universe bus. Now, don't mind the little bittering and all these chit chat, you know. So listen, they always want to see the universe bus. And, you know, without the universe bus, things are going to be deteriorating. All right? So they need me as long as possible around. So trust me. You're tired of seeing my face.
You hear there from Chris Gale. Sound familiar? Tired to see him face. I'm sure from this question, both to the Jamaican public and also to those on social media. And do you think Chris Gale at age 40, do you think he should make way for younger players by quitting? And what do you think? We have Daniel Shim. That Daniel Shim, he was a player on the West Indies blind cricket team some time ago. Yeah, Daniel Shim there, outstanding player. He played for the West Indies on the blind cricket. Yes, and he said, let him play T20 once he can once he can cut, once he can, cause we have not seen anyone who has put their hands up and stroke a claim to partner with Evelyn Lewis at the top of the innings. That's coming to there from Daniel Shim. As we told you earlier, he was a player on the West Indies blind cricket team. We were the first station to carry blind cricket in Jamaica. All right, if carry first as a wacky news, and people say that become a reality. Blind cricket, and Daniel Shim, who played on that team, commented today on Facebook that event. All right, and Farah Price from Linston said Catherine is saying continue until he can no longer manage. Come there from Farah Price over there in a place called Linstead, said he should continue as long as he can no longer manage. And Jim Dandy out of New York, consistent, and age is not a factor. It's coming there from the man called Jamaica Jim Dandy over there in New York, saying as long as he's productive and consistent, is productive on a consistent basis, age should not be a factor. It's coming there from Jim Dandy over there in New York. All right, and Leroy Bancroft Palmer, yeah man, gave us a whole paragraph here. And Leroy Bancroft Palmer said that firstly he believed he should not he should get a lighter bat. He said Chris Gale should get a lighter bat and to compensate for his reflexes, because he should also warm up before he goes bat, because at age 40 and over, his body doesn't really react as quickly as when he was below the age of 40. He should adjust his back lift to speed up his reaction time. Just deal with things and placement. In other words, we will have to do some adjustment to continue being productive. However, what have to be some adjustment to continue and be productive. What I know about Chris Gale, that he likes to be daring to prove people wrong, and we just daring him enjoy proving people wrong. So they come there from Leroy Bancroft Leroy Bancroft Palmer, beg your pardon, and he said he knows Chris Gale all along, and Chris Gale just love to prove people wrong. So again, these are the comments here, comment there on the topic. Do you think Chris Gale at age 40 should retire and make way for younger persons. All right, we also went on the street as well and get some comments there from some persons. Read the Chris Gale issue. And do you think Chris Gale Chris Gale uh, should should retire from cricket?
Younger players. If him make runs and thing, and better than the man and woman carry, it make sense to retire. You just go and play. But it's best to retire, when them done. See me I say, and give the younger one a chance still, saying that. You know what I say? Yeah. So blue upon it.
All right, that's a video from the street. Come there from Robin Road, and it says best that at his age he continues, and if he's better than the younger players, he should continue. All right, to continue to get some views from the streets earlier about should Kill retire from cricket and make way for younger players.
Best to do like Usain Bolt. Retire as a champion and don't come back.
All right, that's the advice there. To Chris Gale is now on top of his game, and he's advising Chris Gale best to retire while they're on top and don't overstay your welcome like Muhammad Ali. We saw him as a great outstanding boxer, but he stayed in the ring a bit too long. I began to lose some fight when he was really over the hill. Ali is an example of staying a bit too long. You see, but retired at the top. Yes, but would retire at his peak. But you have some sports persons like, for instance, Sugar Ray Leonard, and he retired from boxing and he came back, make an impact, be it Marvin Hagler, and he came back again and lost embarrassing loss to Hector Macho Camacho. So it's best when you Michael Jordan retired at the top once and he made a brief comeback. Did work out of Michael Jordan. So this viewer here over the Robin Road is advising Chris Gale just to go out while you're on top and follow suit like Usain Bolt. Don't wait until you're over the hill. And say don't overstay your welcome in the sport. So good advice there. Give it to Chris Gale. Retire while you're at the top. All right, it's 96.1 on the FM cricket at 40 and they make way for younger players. And we went onto the street earlier. We gave it views there from some persons over there on our Facebook page. And Daniel Shim, and he's the captain. Sorry, he's a player on the West Indies blind cricket team. And he said, let him play T20. He said T20 once he can, because he have not seen anyone who has put their hand up and stake a claim to partner with Evelyn Lewis at the top of the innings. I wonder about our Jamaican batsman there, Desmond, I don't remember his last name. Yes, the innings. All right, and you saw them. Farah Price said let he continue as long as he can manage. And Jim Dandy over there in Bronx, New York said as long as he's productive and on a consistent basis, age is not a factor. But Leroy Bancroft Palmer went into more technical details when it comes to Chris Gale, and he said firstly he believed that he should have a lighter bat. All right, so the first is that give Chris Gale a lighter bat. It will compensate for his level for his reflexes. He also said that he should warm up properly before he go there to bat, because at age 40, his body doesn't react as quickly as when he was below the age of 40. And he also should adjust his back lift, right? And to speed up its reaction time. And just to do with timing and placement, in other words, he will have to do some adjustment to continue and be productive. However, he said, what I know about Chris Gale is that he likes to be dared, to prove people wrong, and just dare him. He enjoy proving people wrong. Do you agree with Leroy Bancroft Palmer? So he should make some adjustment there to his play. Adjust his back lift, give him a lighter bat, and all those things just to compensate for his age. So Leroy Palmer arrangement, give him a lighter bat, and he personally need to adjust his back lift to compensate for his reflexes, his reaction time, and all those things. So Do you agree with Leroy Bancroft Palmer about what he's saying? Or let's not hear from some more persons on the road about Chris Gale. Do you think Chris Gale should retire from the sport? Or should he continue be a part of cricket?
Yeah, man, good morning, super nice. You know, Roots FM, straight up. Let me tell you something. Life begin at 40. If Chris Gale feel like he's fit, same way, and he can make him run them and lick him 6 and 4, stay night and steer the course. Because Chris Jamaican icon and you're the greatest throughout the world. Yeah. So if you feel like you want to play cricket, brother. Yeah, because me, older than you, Chris Gale, let me tell you something. Me fit like a figure. Yeah, fit like a figure. So you know, Chris, just go and bat them for 6. Who no like it, Chris, just drop asleep and no wake up. Super nice. Robin Wood, Roots FM.
You heard it from Tony at 40. And but in your sporting life, can't be at 40 at all. There's only a few. I remember George Foreman. He reclaimed the heavyweight title at age 40. Remember he lost out to Muhammad Ali back in 19. From memory now. He lost to Muhammad Ali some years ago back in Zaire. I remember the exact year. But it was a fight of what they call a killer, like the thriller in Manila. It was Ali against Foreman. He was a big favorite. And Ali beat him at a tactic called rope a dope. Yeah, remember the rope a dope tactic, the rope a dope in Zaire, Africa. And Ali beat Foreman that year in 8 rounds, knocked him out in the 8th round. And then Foreman went into a self-imposed exile from the sport. And he came back, remember the exact year, but at age 40. And beat Michael Mora for the title at age 40. And he become, I think it was the oldest ever heavyweight champion, George Foreman. So for him, life returned for him at age 40 after losing to Ali at a young 28 years old, I think it was that time, lost to Muhammad Ali in Zaire, Africa. It was 1974, yeah. 1974, he lost to Ali and came back and win the title at age 40, beating Michael Moore. So in that case, it was good for Foreman at age 40. But generally, a sportsman at age 40 should be retiring. Look at Tuffy Anderson. He's now playing for Water. He played for Water of the age 36. This outstanding striker from Sweden called Zitlan Ibrahimovic. Yes, he's now playing just retired. He's still playing football at a very high level. But that is not all the persons can perform at that height at that age. Linford Christie won the Olympic title at age 37, I think. All right, Dino Zoff was the Italian goalkeeper when Italy won the World Cup in 1982 with the striker called Paolo Rossi. And Zoff was age 40 in goal at that time, but Italy won the World Cup, age 40. I can go on and on here from memory. And I can give another one. No, just slip me. Oh my, getting young. All right, I'm getting young. Oh yes, England goalkeeper, Shilton. I think it's Peter Shilton from England goalkeeper. He was goalkeeper that Diego Maradona called that infamous hands. Remember that goal that says scored by Diego Maradona, the infamous hands of God goal in the World Cup 90. It was the 1986 World Cup. It was Peter Shilton who was in goal for England at age 40 when Diego Maradona scored goal with his hand and said it was his foot, but the hands of God. And they can know the hands of God goal, the infamous hands of God goal. And Diego Maradona now have a TV program called Hands of God in Argentina. So that was Shilton there for you, and so at age 40. So it don't work for all, but Chris Gale at age 40. If he can go on, let him go on. 96.1 on this year FM dial. Get some more views from the street about should Chris Gale retire. Should Chris Gale retire from cricket or continue in the sport?
Well, I don't think that Chris Gale should resign, you know. More sport, yet you don't go with it. And I know that him fit. If he never fit, doctor won't pass him fitness. So if him have a long can go, tell him mind, tell him say him to go, him go.
heard they're from this from there from view there from the public. And I say about Chris Gayle at 840. Yeah, sports really carry an age barrier. I mean, sports don't really say you have to retire at the age, but depends on how your body can cope with the rigors of professional sports. Some persons can go on longer, while some career go very quick. You have a swimmer there from I think it came from Suriname, Anthony Nesty. He retired in his late 20s. He's the first swimmer to win an Olympic gold for Suriname, Anthony Nesty. Yes, he won for Suriname some years ago and retired I think about 30, retired very early, or late 20s. And he could repeat. He could repeat that Olympic form that he found when he won the gold medal for Suriname. So not long, but I think the 1990s. Yeah, not I don't remember the exact Olympic, but it's some time ago, not in the 1990s for Suriname. And it's called Anthony Nesty. The first time Suriname is winning an Olympic medal in swimming, come there from that swimmer, Anthony Nesty. All right, so age could be a factor in sports as well. Where is Marcy going? Where is Marcy Williams going? Marcy Williams got to be camera shot, Marcy Williams. Where is Marcy going? It's not the weather, Marcy. Not the weather at all.
Good morning, Dudley.
Good morning, Marcy. There's going to be rain today, our son.
The sun and happy new year in the comments.
And same to you. See, Marcy looking at what on the camera, looking on the computer. I don't know
Yes,
why.
I'm looking at something.
All right, Marcy. Say it's a son today?
Yes, Dudley.
All right, you're there for Marcy. Marcy, do you think cricket should retire from cricket?
What?
Do you think cricket should retire from cricket at age 40? Or should you continue playing?
Well, I think she should retire.
Think she should retire at age 40?
Yeah.
Or should you continue playing?
Not continue, but retire.
Retire. Also say Marcy there. So Chris Gayle there. We're getting views here from in studio and also on the road and also on social media about Chris Gayle. And you know our good friend there. His name is Donald Shim. I told you earlier, he's a member of Jamaica's blind cricket team. And he's one who said Chris Gayle should there because no one is coming to the fore to really do much in terms of replacing Chris Gayle at this point in time. All right, again, we go back to the street again and get some more views from persons about should Chris Gayle actually retire from the sport.
Oh, so me I say, younger players check West Indies to the day. Chris Gayle still better than the whole of them. So enough younger them youth there, cricketing I'm better than the whole of them. So it doesn't make no sense. So fitness.
All right, this one is saying is that is about not about age, but it's about fitness and maybe talent as well and attitude to the sport. So Chris Gayle at age 40, he says it's better than many of the players in a team who are currently in their 20s and going 30. And Chris Gayle at age 40, but he's not being selected for the last test against India, and he's now out. All right, that's the Make We Talk Sport. We take a pause for the call. When we come back, we'll hear Usain Bolt with a bold statement about Jamaican sprinting. We'll take a pause for the cause, and we'll come right back. This is Make We Talk Sports here on Roots FM 96.1.
Child deserve protection, proper parenting, that's a part of the plan. Educate them about the right from wrong. Don't beat them, put down the belt, yeah man. Talk openly to your child. shy about safety. I be a thing that one in the country of lately. If I them alone, don't make them go places. Teach them to run away from danger. Don't face it. That's right. Protect the children, please. We don't want to see no bruise for them knees. No, protect the children, please. Especially in times like these. Boys, protect the children, please. May they bloom like flowers and trees. Boys, protect the children, please. Me have to no protect the children, please. Bullying need to stop. Corporal punishment that need to stop. Beating a whip pot that need to stop. No let them alone and when the grill lock. But read the child care protection act. Best interest and safety them have that lock. Family support them will help with that.
A message from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA.
God never said the road would be easy. But remember, faith is the moving cause of all action. Join us every Wednesday for the program Touch Me with Pastor Hall and team from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM for all your inspirations, healing, and deliverance. That's Touch Me every Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m.
All right, and welcome back now to Make We Talk Sports here on Roots FM 96.1. Yeah, man, you know, we are the authentic voice of Jamaica's inner city, and this is indeed a Make We Talk Sports. All right, we switched over to some news on track and the field. And Usain Bolt, over the past couple of months, when we've been here at Make We Talk Sports, also alongside Michelle and Tony, we had this long discussion about why young Jamaican sprinters cannot come to the fore as we see in the pre and post boat era. During the boat era, we saw a lot of high medal hauls at World Games and Olympic Games, but since Usain Bolt hung up his spikes, we've seen a lull in Jamaican sprinting. And we keep on asking as to what is the difference, why the young sprinters are not coming to the fore as we saw before. And also, Ewan Blake also made a statement about young Jamaican sprinters not coming to the fore. I know you said Ewan Blake won a gold medal in the 2011 World Championships some years ago, but not been the same since. He has been injured quite often and not been the same since. But the young sprinters who did so well at boys and girls champs, but yet to matriculate to the senior level, they have been outstanding juniors, but you're not seeing them coming to the fore in terms of outstanding senior athletes. Well, Brianna Williams, so far as our best hope right now. But she's based overseas. But again, what is blocking our champ stars from making this big impact on the senior circuit? All right, and Usain Bolt also explained the reason why he hung up his spikes in the first place. This is what Usain Bolt said. That's why he is no longer.
Track and field is not easy. It wasn't any drive anymore for me. You know what I mean? Track and field is not easy. You got to train pretty much 11 months out of the year for the championships. You know what I mean? And for me, I had won everything I wanted to win. You know what I mean? I went back to the Olympics. I went throughout my career to do this 3 times. And after I did that, I was like, I didn't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? My sponsors offered me a lot of money to stay on. But for me, there was no drive to continue. And money does drive you, but for me, it wasn't something I wanted to do.
Earlier from the Masters, Usain Bolt said there's no drive for him after his 3rd Olympic Games. There's no more drive for him to continue in the sports because he have achieved all he had to offer. I mean, 3 Olympic games and a record 8 and a record 9 gold medals. 3 gold medals each at 3 Olympic Games, unprecedented. And he said he set a goal for himself to win 3 Olympic sprint titles, and he did just that. And after that, he has no more drive to continue in the sports. And again, it's hard work to train 11 months per year. Hard work. Hard work. So that's why it does call it a day. Because there's no more drive, no more zeal. Because they've achieved it all. They said it's sponsored of in big money to stay on. But money is a factor. Yes, but in his case, he had the money, he had the offer, but there's no zeal to stay on. That's the man Usain Bolt. And there's also the talk about athlete not coming to the fore. And Ewan Blake also said that he lived in the shadow of Usain Bolt for many years, and if it wasn't for Bolt, it would be a much his performance would be more recognized because over the years he has been living in the shadow of Usain Bolt. And let's hear now from Blake, and he also asked a question as to why young sprinters are not coming to the fore as they should.
You know that I was a bit in the shadow running in my younger days, and you know when running that 9.69 and 19.26 kind of pulled me away, and winning that world championship kind of pulled me away out of that shadow. When you have a 6 foot guy and I'm behind that guy, it took away everything. But I'm still grateful for what I've done in the sport. And a little bit I don't know what happened to the younger generation, but we have a very good program, the Champs program, and also the primary program and the prep program that is going on really well, and there's a lot of talent coming out, and I just hope that they don't get too complacent and just can follow.
You heard there from Ewan Blake about living in Bolt shadow, and he also spoke about young talent. You have the prep program, the primary program, the junior high program, the high program, but yet still we're not seeing the influx of talent going on to the senior level as we should. He also spoke about, but you and Blake, be frank, you run against the legend. And all the attention was placed on Usain Bolt because of the fact that he's a one of a kind. We said to you earlier that he's the only sprinter on the planet to run 100 meters below 9.6 seconds. And the only sprinter to run the 200 meters below 19.20. At one point, they were asking if can they go below 19 seconds. When you have that kind of sprinter in your time, obviously, you'll be overshadowed by a legend. So people like Usain Bolt come like once every 50 years. Remember in Carl Lewis time in 1980s, all Americans were overshadowed by Carl Lewis. The Sam Brady and all those sprinters were overshadowed by Carl Lewis. The Leroy Burrell. Leroy Burrell was the world record holder at that time. And it wasn't even recognized as Carl Lewis because it was the star then. Although Burrell was a record holder, the 100 meters, Lewis was the star. So although Blake is an outstanding sprinter, the fact is Bolt is the star. That's just the reality. All right, and again, back to the big picture now as to exactly why young talent are not coming to the fore expected. I hear now, this is what I'm using about. Usain Bolt gave his explanation as to why young talent are not coming forward.
But something I want to do. School now and then they just go downhill. Exactly.
You know from Usain Bolt. All right, 96.1 on this FM dial. What's happening here? All right, here we go now.
Thing, I don't think they got it easier. When we were coming up, we had to work hard for what we wanted, you know what I mean? And then we set a standard for them, you know what I mean? And it made it easier on them because now all the sponsors are looking at Jamaica because we just tore the place up. So like, gosh, we need to sponsor Jamaican athletes. So coming out of high school, their contracts are way bigger than our contracts. And I think it's one of the things, like, you'd expect that they're like, oh my God, I'm getting this now, let me work on this and get more, you know what I mean? And it's the opposite. They go, all right, I made it, and they stop working, you know what I mean? So I've seen so much young athletes that get big contracts coming out of high school now, and then they just go downhill. Exactly.
All right, that's the story. According to Bolt, He's saying that nowadays athletes are getting big contracts and then get complacent because they feel like they have arrived. So is this a factor why our sprint is declining? Big money. An athlete just leave high school as a baby, a boys champs, a girls champ star, get a big contract, bigger than we both just started, and then now instead of working to get more, they're satisfied with what they get in the initial stage, and that account Usain Bolt is the biggest factor as to why the young sprinters are coming to the fore as expected. They get in the big money too early. That a factor? Is such a good or a bad thing? That should be a good thing, but it turned out to be a bad thing because they're getting the big money, we're not seeing the performance. So that now is a thing that I need to be addressed quickly because we can have these outstanding sprinters now coming to the fore, getting the big contracts, and then now it just fade in no time. Baba does fade away. But in both era, they have to work hard to get the contract. They will be consistent to get the contract. But this athlete now just leave high school because Bolt set the pace. Why um every manufacturer now want to sponsor a Jamaican sprinter because of what Bolt did. Bolt set the trend. Bolt and Asafa Powell and others set the trend. Bolt, Asafa Powell, Melanie Walker, and VC Campbell Brown, Shelley and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson. These artists set the trend. The trend. Dian Hemmings. They set the trend for Jamaican athlete can attract sponsorship. I know they're getting them, but performance is just not consistent. So I don't know how the GH3 can address this factor, but it's a factor because you have a couple about Jamaican athlete not getting enough money. They're getting the money now, and the performance is just not up to par. So I don't know how the GH3 can strike a balance that they can get the big contracts, but yet still the performance it's got to be consistent. All right, so where Jamaica produced their first athletics. It took place way back in 1983.
Now for the one lap race for the men, in which outside Sundernex, the 22-year-old at the University of Indiana. Sundernex has gone off exceptionally well, so has the American on the inside. That's the good look at Burt Cameron right in the middle of your picture. Mike Franks on the right of your picture. In the all guess with the red band of West Germany looking good. Scumrail in lane 7. But Burt Cameron comes off the better. He's flying beautifully. Moving with a quiet rhythm and real authority now. Cameron without much pressure from Scumrail, and the Americans are going to get second and third right at the dip there. Mike Franks on the inside, I think, from Sundernex. And Burt Cameron, who knows them so well because he's at an American university, at the University of Texas in El Paso, sees as he looks around that his time is 45.02. To his left, Mike Franks of America gets the silver medal and just pushing himself to the line. It's Sundernex of the United States, ahead of the West German, Erwin Scumrail, that takes the other medal, the bronze. But Cameron, who started the favourite, always wanted to win this title. He's been the National Collegiate Champion, he was the Commonwealth Champion, he is the Commonwealth record holder, and now he's the World Champion. He's winning time, 45.05. Franks 45.22, Nix 45.24. Scumrail, Weber, Schoenleber, Paul, and Souza.
All right, back there to 1983, where Jamaica won their first ever track and field world championship gold medal when Burke and Cameron won the men 400 meters. Back then, in the commentary, we also biased. They would say America finished second and third. Didn't want to say Cameron won the gold medal. They keep on emphasizing finishing second and third. All right. In those days, yes, in those days, when they're coming about on the bias commentary, those days, luckily now we have some commentators who are no balance in their commentary. And they keep on saying that although he acknowledged that Cameron is the favorite, but at the end of the race, he kept on saying America second and third. And long after I say Cameron won the event. Up to now, I don't say Cameron won the gold medal. But that was based on biased commentary. So Cameron, Bertrand Cameron, yes, for those who don't remember, Jamaica's first ever track and field world champion in 1983 when he won the men's 400 meters in Helsinki, Finland. Yeah, man, that there for you. So take you back now. Outstanding past moment in Jamaican sport. All right, before we go, you know, I have to say something in football area. Liverpool. This was a clash of all clashes. Liverpool up against is the top of the table clash in the English Premier League. Liverpool and Leicester. Liverpool won the contest by 4-0. And here are the goals.
Absolutely brilliant. Here they come again. Evans has lost it. Saved by the goalkeeper. Robertson's won it back. Firmino's there. Away by Ricardo Pereira. Firmino's flick. Salah. Oh, it's not gone in. It's astonishing. And immediately gets himself into the penalty area. Ball in there. James Milner hasn't had a touch yet. And his first touch is goal. It's a pretty good one from James Milner. That's Firmino for Liverpool. And here's James Milner. And on to Alexander-Arnold. And there's the ball. Is this free? Oh, it is. This has been some display by Liverpool Football Club. Alexander-Arnold outside. First. Oh, my word! You can't even put it into words how good that was.
And so Liverpool won the contest by 4-0 over Leicester. This is a top of the table clash and went on to be a one-sided clash. All right, and a good news there in local football sports that Mount Pleasant Academy today official open their football academy, European Centre Football. So you can go to the academy, learn football, and also do your academics as well. So the first in Jamaica officially. Now the Phoenix Academy opened their school today with some 100 students. They're now doing their school, and also they've been groomed for clubs in Europe. That's the only way. They say that's the only way our football can grow in this country. Not through Manny Cup and the Costa Cup. Now you have to have players as young as 15, 16 or younger. They've been groomed for the European market. I mean, they can play in top clubs in Europe. I mean, clubs like Bayern Munich, clubs like Barcelona, clubs like Real Madrid. Those clubs, not MLS. So Dave Cox, you have a blessed by the man called Go. So although Fleece Academy is doing that for quite a while with our player there, but official that this club here in St. Anne is now doing what has been done some 50 years ago. Build a European style academy where players can be groomed with international standard. Not those players come at age 18, 19 playing high school football and then they throw them into a senior team. No, not going to work. They have to be playing against world-class players. You have to have world-class players at a young age. Just imagine, Phoenix Academy can produce, say, 30 or 40 youngsters. And these players have been played in top clubs in Europe. And then now you pick a regular boy squad. Oh, might win the World Cup. That's what you're talking about. But not with players at age 19 playing high school football. Idiot think that. All right, so good move there by Mount Pleasant to officially open the academy with over 100 students, and they have to go there and learn football and at the same time do the academics. That's a good way to go. But in high school now, the priority is academics, and the football is extracurricular activity. But the academy now, the football is the priority. I do the academics. So it's a reverse. It's a reverse. So if you is a youngster in Jamaica and your intention and your goal is to be a pro football player, don't go to high school, go to the academy where you can do the football first and then at the same time do the academics. But if you want to be a lawyer and play ball, you go to high school, do your subject and play Manning Cup and then leave them and go study and go to law. But if you have ambition and become a pro football player, high school is just not for you. That's the reality. All right? That's just the reality. That's the reality. And the academy now, with Phoenix and Mount Pleasant can make that goal be reality in Jamaica. So Mount Pleasant Academy, good move there by Mount Pleasant, and to start this academy in St. Anne. So all the youngsters who have dreams of playing for Barcelona and playing for Juventus and playing for Paris Saint-Germain, want to play for Liverpool and play for Manchester, all the big clubs in the world, that's where you have to go. And once you have the standard, this club will take you. But if you play Manny Cup and the Costa Cup, no way. You never go there. You go and play MLS in America. All right? Or you play you play for Joe Public in Trinidad. Or go play some Vietnam League. All right. So on that note, so that's just a reality. So on that note, I will come now to the end of Make We Talk Sports for another Monday. Remember, join us next week Monday, same time, same place, for more Make We Talk Sports. I'm gonna say congrats here to Clive Lloyd, will be 90. That I'm 90 shortly. Congrats to Clive Lloyd, and he led West Indies in 70 test matches, and they won 36. And he also led West Indies to World Cup victories in the ICC World Cup in 1975 and 1979. So again, congrats here to Clive Lloyd. He'll be he'll be 90 by his hometown. All right, so again, recap here. Do you think Chris Gayle should retire from cricket at age 40? Keep the conversation going. And again, do you think what Usain Bolt said about why local sprinters are not coming to the fore? Because they're getting the big contracts early, and then they get complacent because the money enough. And since the money enough now, they no longer want to train and to be competitive because they get the big money already. This could be the big money. They are a factor as to why local sprinters are not coming to the fore as expected. Keep the discussion going. We're going off air. So again, this is the Make We Talk Sports, and it's 96.1 on the FM dial. I'm Dudley Thompson. Saying bye bye for now. And this, I will bring the curtains down on the sports program. It's called Make We Talk Sports.